Hello, it's Kimberly at ADR Notable. Welcome to your ADR Notable Library. The best thing about this library is that it travels with you wherever you go. So in the next 10 minutes, we're going to see how it can help you manage your practice and your cases. So let's get started. Let's open the library from the main menu and then take a look at each of the three sections: documents, clauses, and checklists. When you click on the drop-down menu under Documents, you'll see several options. My Files is open by default, and this is your own personal library where you will keep any forms or documents that you upload or that you copy from one of the other sections. You can have as many folders and subfolders as you like, and you create them using the Create New Folder button. So in our example, let's create a new folder. And you can drag and drop, you can move things around in any order that you like. Firm Files is where a firm administrator can put documents that would be available to all members of his or her firm. So in this example, Kate is the administrator for the Callahan Family Mediation Group, and she is also a mediator for local community mediation services. So she's got a folder for those documents as well. Now, let's say she wants to add a document so that everybody in her firm can use it. And so she will click on this folder and then upload file. Here she can upload from several different places. She's going to upload from her laptop. And she's going to upload this document about mediating via Zoom. And there it is. Now anybody in her firm can come and select this folder and then copy it to their files and have it available anytime they need to use it. Now if you took a training class with an ADR Notable training partner, you will also see training files in your drop-down. And this is really great because in addition to what we just looked at, you will find all of your course materials preloaded into your ADR Notable library. So here we have the general course materials in this example, sample documents and forms. So let's say that Kate is a new mediator. She's just taken this 40-hour class and she remembers that they discussed the client intake process, and she goes down to forms, and sure enough, there is a confidential intake form. So she is going to copy that to her folders, and she wants to go into her forms and templates. And now when she goes back here to My Files and opens My Forms and Templates, there's the confidential intake form. She can open that, download it, customize it for her own use, and then save it right here, and it will be available anytime that she needs it. Now, one other thing, just to note that this library is not where you will keep your case-specific folders. So when you open a case, you will see in the case menu that there is a section called Case Documents. And this is where all of your case files are. You can request documents from the case participants, and they can upload them themselves to the folder that you designate. Now we get to one of my very favorite features in the entire platform, and that is the Clauses library. I always advise new ADR Notable users to take the time to add clauses because it will save you far more time in the end if you do so right at the start. Now, clauses that you add to your library can be pulled into any documents that you create in the document generator with a single click. You can watch the Under 10 video on clauses and term sheets to see how these clauses get used. When you are in My Clauses, right here, you can click on the Create Clause button to add a new clause. You can tag it with a category, and the categories are completely customizable, so you have total control over what they are. Now let's add a family mediation clause about wills. So I'm going to select Family Financial as the category, title will be Wills, and then I will enter the text and hit create. And there it is. Now, as with documents, you can also copy a clause from your firm clauses if there are standard clauses that everyone in your firm uses, or if your trainer is an ADR Notable training partner, from your training clauses library. So let's see how that works. So these are clauses that the trainer has added to the training library, and let's copy this first one called access to records. So with a single click, we're going to copy it, and then right here you can see that it's been added to personal clauses. We'll go back to my clauses, and there it is, access to records. So at this point, you can click the edit button, and you can assign it to the category that you want. We'll do family, children, access to records. And then here you can edit it if you want to edit it to make it more applicable to your own practice. And then click Update. And that's all there is to it. Now it's ready for you to use in any documents that you want to use it in. I should mention here that if you're thinking about some basic or advanced training, you should take a look at the Training Partners page on the ADR Notable website, because not only will you get top-notch training, but you will also get the built-in library of training documents, clauses, and checklists from your course, plus a nice discount on your ADR Notable annual subscription. So the link to the trainers page is below. Now, the final section of the library is checklists. So checklists can only be accessed when you're in a case, but they are created, edited, and managed right here in the library. And just as with documents and clauses, you can create a checklist from scratch, or you can copy it from ADR Notable Firm or the training checklist sections, and then customize it or edit it here in my checklists. First, let's take a look at how checklists are used. You can see here that Kate Callahan has a checklist that she copied over from her training section that has steps to go through after you get that first contact by phone call or email from someone asking about divorce mediation. So let's find a case that's in the pipeline. We're going to go here to filter, and we just want to see our prospective cases. Okay, Butler divorce. We're going to open that, and then in the upper right corner, you will see checklists. And we're going to select this client inquiry divorce checklist. And then we'll just go down, create a case. She's done that. If it's a phone call, this came in on a web form, so she didn't get a chance to do that yet. Same thing here. She filled in the remaining fields, she saved it, she changed the status to prospective, she sent the FAQ email offering the consultation, and then she followed up the next day with a phone call. Okay, and then she can close out of that and go back to her library. Creating or editing a checklist is very straightforward. You click on the edit icon, and then you can revise or add a description. You can add a checklist item. You can delete a checklist item. And you can edit a checklist item. You can add comments. And you can move them around. So let's say I want to do that one first. And that's all there is to it. And then you save. One more thing worth mentioning is that some of our users use checklists for processes, like the one that we just looked at, and others use them for inspiration. So for example, here's one about getting through an impasse, and these are just some ideas. You can pull this up when you're in a case and things get stuck. You can get some inspiration on things that you can try to get the conversation going. So I hope you'll go ahead and add a couple of clauses, create a checklist, and upload a couple of forms or documents to see how the library can enrich your workspace in ADR Notable.